the Leafs had a chance to finish off the Lightning tonight as they played Game 5 at Scotiabank Arena. Defenseman Morgan Rielly opened the scoring with his third of the playoffs, but the Lightning tied things up 28 seconds later. The game was tied 1-1 after the first period. The Lightning scored the only goal of the second period, holding the Leafs to just 7 shots on goal. Tampa carried a 2-1 lead into the third period. The Lightning doubled their lead midway through the third period, but with 4 minutes left, the Leafs pulled their goalie. Austin Matthews made it a 3-2 game, but that is as close as the Leafs would get. Tampa Bay added an empty netter for a 4-2 victory. The Leafs now lead the series 3-2. Game 6 is Saturday in Tampa. CP24 Steve Ryan is live at Real Sports talking to fans inside. Fans who must be devastated. Steve, what are you hearing?
Well, Lena, I brought back a very knowledgeable hockey fan named Brad, who I called Dennis earlier, so I'm going to bring him back to call him Brad on air. Thanks for your time. You seem to know a lot about the game, and you did call Matthews stepping up, and he did get that big goal there that made it that much closer. But what summarize this game for me? What do you think happened?
I don't know. Our two big lines, they got to step up a little more, better in the defensive zone. You know what? We got a couple bad bounces there at the end. I still got confidence in the boys, though.
The physicality wasn't there tonight, I didn't think. And then you got guys like Simmons, and you've got Bunting up watching the game. Could they have used guys like that? And then I'd like to get your thoughts on goaltending as well, because I thought that there's a couple of weak goals that Samsonov let in. A lot of questions there. But talk about the physicality first. Do you think that was lacking?
I think it was a little bit. I think you see Bunts come in for Game 6. I really do. He brings that little bit of an edge. So I think he does. I mean, as for the goaltending, Sammy made some big stops. The bounces didn't go his way. You know, a weird bounce from behind the net. It happens. Like I said, we got 2 games left. Let's bring it home.
Yeah, it is hard to criticize a guy that has played as well as he did. But in a big game like this, I mean, you played hockey. One weak goal can really deflate a hockey team, and maybe that's what's happened tonight.
Yeah, it can. It can. I mean, but it's all about confidence. You know, they made it close there at the end. You can still get in the head of a Tampa Bay team. I mean, they've been all the way to the final. They're a good hockey team, but I think we can outlast them.
Does the Game 7 bother you? Is the Game 6 the Game 7 for the Leafs? I guess that's what I'm trying to ask.
I think it is. I think the Leafs, I thought they needed to win tonight, but they really need to win in Tampa. I think they could get in their own heads if they get to a Game 7, but I'm a Leafer, so you know what? I believe in the team, the boys, and they'll bring it home.
So odds are Game 6 would go in the Leafs' favor. It comes back here to a Game 7. That's what makes you a little bit nervous. It does me, to be honest.
A little bit. I mean, we have a bit of a history. We can't deny that, but, you know, let's win it in Game 6. Let's do it.
Lastly, who's the guy in Game 6? You called Matthews needing to score that big goal, and he did. Who's the guy in Game 6?
It's got to be Marner. I mean, he carried us all year. He had a fantastic season. Didn't play great tonight. I think Marner's got to have his biggest game of the year, Game 6.
He had one big scoring chance, sir. He had a bit of a breakaway. The puck seemed to fall out of the sky, and that struck me. Knowing the way Marner handles the puck and the way he attacks the offensive zone, the way he approached that shot, if you will, surprised me. I don't know. Do you remember that, and what are your thoughts?
I agree. I mean, he's been making goalies look silly all year, so I was a little bit surprised that he shot. I mean, Vasi's a great goalie. He's one of the best in the league, so he's going to step up to Marner on that play. We'll see. Next game.
So Leafs in 6?
I'm calling Leafs in 6. I'm going 4-3 Leafs. Game 6.
Thanks for your time, Brad.
Thanks.
Okay. Not Dennis, Brad. Very knowledgeable. nice guy to talk to about hockey. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Steve, thanks so much for that conversation. And for more on tonight's crushing loss, we turn to CB24's Mark Liverman, who is watching with fans in Maple Leaf Square. Mark, fans there must be gutted.
They really are, Alina. No fans left to speak of. Most of the fans have cleared out. They cleared out really after that last goal scored by Tampa, making the final score 4-2. I got to tell you, everybody cleared out very, very quickly. I also had a chance to speak to a few people who were inside the arena tonight, saying the fans themselves could have done more for the team. I've actually not heard that from people inside a playoff series before, inside an arena, saying everybody should have been on their feet. They were disappointed in the fact that that wasn't the case. At least that's what some fans told me. Out here, though, everybody stuck around right until the end, until the very last second, supporting their team, hoping for a win, hoping for a Game 5 win, and that the team would move on to the next round of the playoffs. That didn't happen. But obviously, everybody hoping there's 2 more chances, everybody hoping that that changes in the next game. A lot of them were also hoping that this was going to happen. This streak was going to end here in Toronto. Now they've got to do it in Tampa or potentially in Game 7 back here in Toronto. But obviously, fans very disappointed with the outcome of tonight's game. Back to you.
All right, Mark Liverman live outside Scotiabank Arena tonight. As Mark said, we still have 2 more chances. Mark, thanks so much for this.